Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Black and White 2 battle. This time I bring you an underused tier match against somebody by the name of peter321. Um, so not gonna be talking much and rambling, and I'm just gonna get on into team preview. Okay, yeah. So my team is seen from my point of view. I'm 77 Zenith Street, and my opponent is peter321. And just talking about my team, I have an expert belt Victini, physical, largely physical with Glaciate, I think. Uh, Gligar, standard defensive set, and it's my Stealth Rock setter. Then we have Banded Crobat, um, Rain Dance Sweeper Special Kingdra, Scarfed Adaptability Porygon Z, and last but not least, especially defensive Umbreon. So, looking at my opponent's team, his Swampert or his Registeel is going to be the one that sets up rocks. Suicune, most probably Calm Mindset. For Heracross, it's most probably a choice set. For Ambipom, most likely the lead or like just like the offensive set with Fake Out and stuff like that. And Zapdos is most probably going to be the standard special attacker. So threats on my opponent's team, defensive threats are going to be that Suicune and Registeel. As for Registeel, I cannot hit any. I cannot hit Registeel for any significant amount of damage except through my Victini, which he has many good switches for, such as Swampert and Suicune. And for Suicune, I have no super effective move to use against it, and Suicune is really bulky on both ends of the spectrum. For Heracross, I will be able to deal with it with my Gligar. Same goes for Ambipom. For Zapdos, I should be able to handle it well with my Umbreon and stall it out. His Swampert, I should be able to take a hit with any of uh, my defensive mons, like for example my Gligar at a high amount of HP can take a waterfall, and my Umbreon doesn't get one shotted by any of Swampert's moves for the standard support set. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. So I'm gonna lead with my Umbreon, thinking that he would lead with something like his Swampert. So he is gonna Volt Switch out, as I do predict the Heracross switch, and I'm gonna go for the Foul Play. Although it is resisted, it does a really good amount of damage. And now on the second turn, my opponent is gonna make a really good play, predict me to switch into my Gligar, and he is gonna double switch into his Suicune. And basically I go into Gligar, but immediately I am forced out because my Gligar cannot do anything to Suicune, and Suicune has free setup. So the Suicune is just gonna go for the Ice Beam. He doesn't want to be predicting much, as now I go into my Umbreon, and I know that he's gonna switch out, so I double switch into my Gligar, and I can set up my rocks now. And since he does not have a spinner, my rocks are here to stay. So he does bring in his Suicune, and he goes for the Calm Mind, and now I was really freaking out at this point, as I don't have any answer to the Rest Talk, Calm Mind, and Scout set. So I was really freaking out, but he shows me that he has the Hydro Pump, which means that he is the offensive set, and doesn't most probably will not carry the rest, which means that my Toxic will be able to do a very good amount of damage, and the Suicune has no way of reliable recovery. Now he proceeds to go for a Calm Mind, and now I predict him to go for another Calm Mind since my Protect is way too obvious. So I go for the Foul Play, and I do get a critical hit, but I don't think that a crit mattered since the Suicune would be worn down a lot anyway. And now since he's at really low amount of HP, I know that he is gonna go straight for the attack now, wanting to do some damage to my team. So I am gonna go for the Protect to stall out another turn of toxic damage, and knowing that he's gonna fall in the next turn, I am gonna switch into my Kingdra to sponge the Hydro Pump since I times 4 resist it. So the Suicune is gonna go down, which thankfully was the offensive set instead of the bulky mono attacker set, which could have just demolished my team with a few turns of setup. Now here I make a really bad play because I go for the Rain Dance thinking that I can do a good amount of damage to the Registeel as he goes for the Toxic, and now since I'm life orbed, I'm Toxic, and he can live any one attack that I go for, I will be taken out in the next turn. This Hydro Pump doesn't even, just does over half, which I was really surprised. I thought that it would do much more than that, but unfortunately it does not, and he is going to be able to take me out from the combination of the Seismic Toss and residual damage. So now, because I stupidly set up the Rain, I cannot directly go into Victini to threaten it out, and now I have to go and stall out the turns of Rain. So I have to I go into my Gligar, just gonna switch out as he does go for the Protect, just thinking that he wants to scout for a move that I want to go for, and now I'm just going to try to stall out turns by going for Protect as he Wish, as he goes for the Toxic, which is really bad for a wall such as my my Umbreon. But now he makes a really phenomenal play, predicts me to switch out on this turn, and now he is gonna go for the Thunder Wave, catching my Victini on the switch. So the thing is, I said that my Victini was expert belted, so he is going to Protect thinking that I'm choiced. So I go for the U-turn, and now I think that he is going to think that, hey, the I'm choiced, there's nothing I can do. So I am going to reveal I have the V-Create. So it is going to take that Registeel out in one shot. Thankfully I do not get paralyzed. So he's now going to send in his Swampert, and basically my Victini is dead weight at this point. So I'm just going to leave it in as fodder as he takes this chance to set up his Stealth Rock, as I just go for the V-Create as it's my strongest move against Swampert, and the following turn he can simply take me out with the Waterfall. And now the current score stands at 4 versus 4, and both sides have their Stealth Rocks up. So I see that now actually at this point I make quite a dumb move, because I go into my Umbreon instead of an offensive Mon, and I actually take a lot of unnecessary damage with the Earthquake and Toxic damage. So the thing is, because my Umbreon just got wasted by the following moves trying to deal with the Swampert, later if his Zapdos is sent in, he could actually do very well against my whole team, since my premier special wall is gone. And actually the Swampert is going to win the 1 versus 1 war, and he is going to take me out with the Waterfall. But now what I can do is I can send in my Choice Scarf Porygon Z, knowing that I can deal with his whole team really well. So I am going to go for the Tri-Attack, and it obviously will take him out. And now he thinks that, hey, he's most probably Scarfed, but he doesn't know that I am Scarfed, and I know that from his range of health, Tri Attack is a definite one-hit KO. So I am gonna go for the Tri Attack and catch him off guard. So that's really good. Suddenly the match is turned in my favor. So I'm now going to switch into my Ambipom. I am going to switch into my Gligar as to combat his Ambipom, as the fake out really doesn't do that much. And now I know that he obviously has to switch, and I just need a little bit of residual damage in order to beat the Zapdos. But I go for the Toxic and I miss. I was so frustrated with that. Okay, because now I have to leave in my Gligar. I have no free switch in, as he's gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice and take me out. So now I am gonna go into my Porygon Z thinking that, hey, I outspeed. But I go for a Tri Attack, it lives, and I was just like I was like face palming because it survived. But he goes for the Hidden Power Ice again, and he told me in chat he was actually Choice Scarfed, and the reason that my Choice Scarfed Porygon Z outsped it is because it was Modest Scarfed. So because of that, I am gonna be able to outspeed it next turn, take him out with a Tri Attack, and now basically I can just go into my Crobat, as the fake out does 50%, but since I outspeed naturally, I can go for my Banded Brave Bird, take the Ambipom out, and survive with 3% to make the match a very narrow 2-0 in my favor. So actually, if you think about it, his Zapdos, if it was Timid Scarfed, it could have done, it could have actually cleaned up the game. And what my opponent should have done was, when he was locked into Hidden Power Ice, he should have switched out into his Ambipom as fodder, and then go in and lock itself into Thunderbolt to try to get a shot of winning the game. So that was the match for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed something like new. I'm using a team that I have not used in any other match that I've posted on my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe to see more content, and I will see you all later. Peace.